Okay.
So
Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we have a few questions from the comment section. We'll just
Mm.
handle the first one. So Daniel Usumensa is asking. So he's saying that there was a recent argument about the actual number of tested cases, and he would like to know if Ghana actually tested for the over um, 68,000 cases as indicated by the president recently, or what does this number actually represent?
Um, Thank you for the question. It's a very interesting question, and it's quite unfortunate. Let me say that it's quite unfortunate that we are using this unfortunate incident to kind of politicize the way it's being reported. Okay,
Okay.
um, I would say for a fact that whatever case is tested and whatever is reported from the Gucci is factual. Okay,
Okay.
is given to the Ghana Health Services and the information. There's a whole chain of report communication in order for it to be dispersed to we the common Ghanaians. Okay.
Okay.
Um, the way the testing is done is it's possible, and I'm telling you for a fact that what you're saying is true. That we can have over 68,000
No,
cases in
Senor,
Ghana.
I think the issue here is not really about the accuracy, right? But it's more like
Yeah,
let's say someone has the virus, right? He would have to be tested a number of times before you
yeah,
can declare that person as being negative. So I believe that's what the argument is about. That somebody will be double counted, right? Because he has been tested a number of times. So it doesn't reflect are they saying that those are the actual human beings that have been tested, or just samples that they are talking about? Do you get what I mean?
I understand the question.
Yes.
I understand
So
the
I think
question.
that's the argument that I think people are talking about, not necessarily that it's inaccurate.
Okay, okay. So I think if he can cross-check, the head of department for biology, Noguchi,
Yeah.
came on today's news to actually give a detailed clarification on how the testing was done,
Yeah.
how the number of samples were pulled in thousands in
Okay.
order to determine what you're talking about. So you could have a check on that. I don't have the details to that information, so I wouldn't want to lead him on the actual details. But the head of department actually came out to clear the doubt on what was being asked, whether we actually could test over 60,000 or if there was a possible duplication of the numbers or not. So, yeah,
All
that's my
right.
take on it. But I
So
wouldn't
I
want to go
think,
into detail. Yeah.
yeah, that was on the live stream from the Ministry of Information
Yeah.
on Facebook. So Daniel, you can probably check that
Mm-hmm.
stream for details on that.
Yeah.
Daniel still has another question here, and he's saying that how then are people treated since there's no confirmed vaccine out yet? And I think that's also another thing that I wanted to for you to highlight on.
Yeah.
I mean, I do know that viruses generally don't have a cure, and I from what I know is that your immune system attacks the viruses. I want to know, right? And I got into a little bit of a debate with another friend of mine. Does your immune system actually kill totally the virus, or there's still you're still a carrier, even though let's say you're not showing the symptoms, or even though you have recovered? Do you still have small quantities of the virus in your body, or your antibodies eliminate totally the virus from your body? Like, can you just explain more on that? How does your immune system deal
Okay.
with viruses?
Yeah. That's a very good question. Let me answer the first question on the treatment of infected patients.
Okay.
Um, Currently, you bear with witness that we don't, even the world at large, we are still coming for a good treatment for this COVID-19. There have been reports from publications speculating that hydroxychloroquine
Yeah.
could be a positive target
Yeah.
of attacking the metabolism of the virus. Because of that, people are trying to monopolize the system by hoarding most of these drugs. It is unfortunate because this drug has a lot of side effects, especially to the heart.
I
And
see.
if not handled properly, could lead to a different problem altogether. In Ghana here, head of people, the Traditional Medicine Society advocating that they want to test about 25 different medicine, combination of medicines, to see if they will work or not.
Yeah.
I can say that the world as we see it now, we don't have, we are trying to understand the disease. We are trying to understand the virus. So there's still ongoing research to see what drugs will actually actively work against the virus.
Okay.
So as of now, I would not like to mislead you by telling you that I know how these quarantine patients are being treated, because I do not know. For all you know, they are trying to probably just boost their immune system in whatever way for help their body actually fight the virus on their own. I do not know.
All right.
And I cannot expect. On the question on how your immune system works against the virus if you're infected and if you're a carrier or not. Like I explained before, when you're infected, when it was an respiratory tract infection,
okay,
we knew that it could be managed because then your immune system was stronger enough to fight it and easily clear it from the system.
All right.
Okay. The moment it goes down to your lower tract, your lower respiratory tract, that is the fatality increases. That is where it becomes a problem. That is when it was changed from COVID-2 to SARS-CoV-2. You notice there was a change in name.
Okay.
Yeah, meaning that it infects just as SARS does. SARS does not infect your upper respiratory, it infects your lower respiratory tract, causing fluid accumulation in your lungs, making it difficult for you to breathe. And once it's difficult to breathe, it leads to most of these diseases that you mentioned, respiratory diseases that you mentioned, and you have to be on respirators and other things, and it causes a lot of complications. Yeah, so it causes a lot of complications. So the way it affects, it's true that your immune system has to be strong enough, as people have been reporting elsewhere. So people are sticking to immune tests and even a lot of decoctions to, as you say, born and hobby, to kind of strengthen your body against the virus. Even though it's a good thing, but I really am against it in the sense that if your immune system is too strong in a way, or you take these immune boosters to a certain level, you should know that you actually are going to have a lot of side effects as well in your system. And if your immune system is over attacking the virus in your respiratory tract, you should understand that you have a lot of adverse effects to you yourself as a human being.
Yeah.
You understand? Because of the constant attack of the antibodies against it. Now, the way the body works is that it releases certain form of antibodies that are called a neutralizing antibody.
Okay.
What these neutralizing antibodies do is that they get to the virus. The spikes that attach the host cell to cause the infiltration, they inactivate the spike.
Okay.
To making the virus actually inactive. So you get a virus inside you, but it cannot infect the cell to cause it to multiply in your system. So there have been reports that people who have been pre-infected before develop a lot of these antibodies that kind of neutralizes the virus. So so if your immune system is strong enough to produce a lot of these antibodies, for a year or two, you should be safe.
Okay.
That is what is being reported now by some virologists and some health personnel, not in Ghana, but outside Ghana. And that is where the world is trying to understand if the authenticity of that statement, if truly that could be a way.
If you recover, right? If you recover from coronavirus, that means the virus has been depleted from your system. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So you are not a carrier you're not a carrier, right? So far,
the research that the report that we brought out, that is what they are saying. That's what they are saying.
Yeah, because the common cold is also part of the corona family, right? And influenza, flu, they're all part of the corona virus family, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you do recover from any of these diseases or ailments, you are no longer a carrier. Like it has effectively been eradicated from your system, right?
Well, I don't know about that, but I could say that to be a bit misleading, to say the
Okay.
least. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of biologists were themselves to debunk that theory to a large extent. Because that would be track viruses into a pool and kind of saying that because of the way the symptoms that coronavirus, COVID-19, is showing, it could replicate to other codes of flu or influenza viruses, which would be quite untrue. And unfortunately, that is said anywhere else.
Oh no, okay,
So
no,
that
I'm,
would be
I'm not
quite,
saying COVID behaves in the same way as those ones, but
yeah,
I'm just saying that those other ones you actually do recover completely from them, and you are no longer a carrier, right?
yes.
Okay,
Because they infect the common flu, common cold infect your upper respiratory tract. So it's normally self-limiting, and your immune system is able to overcome it.
yeah.
So then it doesn't become a sequelae of infections or devastating to you, the human being that's been infected in any way, because it's self-limiting and you're able to overcome the viral infection on its own time.
All right, I think we'll take one of our last questions, if not the last. So I think this is a question that a lot of people have been asking all over the world, and it's been boggling our minds. Uh, we're
Yeah.
asking, when will life get back to normal? Yeah. When exactly will life get to normal?
I, I know we all. I mean, that's the question we all ask ourselves. It's um, it's sad. It's a sad reality that we are nowhere near to arresting this virus. It's very sad. I mean, from the reports constantly coming into the news feed and even the world meter on coronaviruses, you can see that we are nowhere near arresting it. Even the virus has spread all the way to Fiji. Fiji.
Really?
You can understand that I am telling you, it's that widespread. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy amazing. And even in Ghana, we have let ban on and everything. But with the increase in infection, you do not know who is asymptomatic or who is symptomatic. You don't know who is a carrier or who is not a carrier.
Yeah.
We are constantly living in fear. Going back to life as normal will take a long period of time. I can tell you for a fact that even I read an article in the UK where the Prime Minister actually wrote letters to parents telling them that their wards have to stay home for the rest of 2020 and resume school in 2021. To make up for the curriculum, they will have to go to school 24/7, weekends included, all holidays taken away, in order to make up for the curriculum. And that is the extent to which we have gotten. So people
That's
are not even
insane.
planning on doing it exactly because they are believing that for this virus to be arrested, it needs to take the rest of the year for us to understand and completely put a hold on this pandemic. So as of now, if you ask me as an individual that when is life getting back to normal, Joe, you can only hope and pray. You can only hope and pray, stay home, stay safe, practice social distancing, wash our hands with soap and running water, and use hand sanitizers where there's absence of soap and running water. As soon as you get home, you take a bath. In Ghana, we have Dettol. So use Dettol.
All over your body.
Yeah. So, but just make sure that you don't have the psychological aspect of these things too is real. Okay,
Yeah.
people are there. They might not have protection, but the main idea of them being in close proximity to someone who coughs in an environment makes them feel like, my throat is hurting me. I think my eyes is,
Yeah, yeah, that's
it's there.
true.
Yeah. So we have to take all that into consideration, but keeping ourselves neat enough in order not to have any potential source of infection to ourselves or even to our family. So
Yes.
it's quite, if you have nothing important to do outside home, it's advisable just to stay home until you know you're safe, until you know where you are is safe before you can go.
Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified anytime I come online on the live stream. And I'll see you guys again next week, same time, same place. Peace. Have a good evening, everyone.